Welcome to Buy or Buy, where we analyze the hard data to deliver a definitive explainer on the vehicles you're considering. Today, we're jumping straight into the off-road flagship of Toyota's completely redesigned third-generation pickup platform. We're looking at the 2022 to 2026 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro.
Right out of the gate, we've got to acknowledge the setup here. This truck is exactly what happens when Toyota decides, hey, we're going to replace our legendary bulletproof 5.7-liter V8 with a turbocharged hybrid V6. We'll make it look like a Tonka truck on steroids and charge you $67,000 for it. Seriously, what could possibly go wrong? Well, the bearings.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're covering the powertrain swap, the bearing debris recall, turbos and glitches, off-road consumables, the super truck competition, and finally, our definitive verdict.
Section 1. The powertrain swap. Out with the legendary V8, in with the iForce Max.
This was a massive technological leap. Toyota dropped the all-new 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6, the V35A FTS, and made the iForce Max hybrid system completely standard on the TRD Pro starting in 2022. They basically sandwiched a 48-horsepower electric motor right between the engine and the 10-speed automatic transmission. The result? A massive 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque that completely crushes the old V8. Plus, city fuel economy jumps from 13 up to 19 mpg, and max towing pushes past 11,000 pounds. On paper, it's an absolute powerhouse.
And honestly, the hardware totally backs up that steep starting price. Built down in San Antonio, Texas, the TRD Pro gives you a 1.1-inch factory front lift, incredible 2.5-inch Fox internal bypass dampers, and beefy 33-inch Falken all-terrain tires right off the showroom floor. You're getting full-time four-wheel drive with a locking rear diff, plus a gorgeous 14-inch touchscreen inside a really luxurious cabin. It is a genuine purpose-built off-road machine. Section 2. The bearing debris recall. The V35A FTS nightmare. Okay, we have to hit the brakes and talk about the heartbreak. The catastrophic manufacturing defect that literally shattered Toyota's pristine reputation for reliability. There's a running joke right now. Toyota replaced the 5.7-liter V8 for emissions, downsized to a twin-turbo V6 for efficiency, and totally forgot to clean the metal shavings out because of production quotas. It's funny, but man, is it painfully accurate. So let's walk through how this creeping nightmare actually unfolded. Back in May 2024, Toyota issued a recall for around 102,000 vehicles. Now, if you owned a hybrid TRD Pro, you probably breathed a sigh of relief because they initially excluded the hybrids. Toyota figured, well, if the gas engine fails, the electric motor can at least maintain motive power. But then, November 2025 rolls around. They expanded the recall massively, absorbing the hybrids, 2024 models, and even the Lexus GX 550. Suddenly, over 200,000 engines were caught up in this mess. So what exactly is the root cause here? Two words: machining swarf. During the manufacturing process at the Alabama and Tahara plants, literal metal chips were left inside the engine blocks. Over time, those metal shavings migrated through the oil system, got wedged into the crankshaft main bearings, and just seized them up entirely. We are talking severe knocking, rough running, sudden power loss on the highway, or a total failure to start. The only remedy is a complete, full engine replacement.
Section 3. Turbos, delays, and glitches. Beyond the bearings.
Let's say your engine block is clean. You still aren't out of the woods. Look at this number: $5,500 to $9,500. That's the shocking out-of-warranty repair cost for early turbocharger wastegate actuator failures. And to make matters worse, to actually fix some of these early turbo issues, mechanics had to lift the entire cab off the truck's frame. Yeah, cab off the frame. Insane.
And the real-world annoyances just kept piling up for those early V35A engines. We've got 2022 and 2023 builds burning a quart of oil every 2,500 to 4,000 miles. You'd see P0299 underboost or P0234 overboost codes popping up. Owners were reporting a genuinely sketchy 1 to 2 second throttle delay from a dead stop, though Toyota did finally issue a technical service bulletin to address that one. Throw in 12-volt auxiliary battery drains on the hybrids, blowing JBL amps, and software glitches on that 14-inch screen, and it's a lot to deal with.
Section 4. Off-road consumables. The price of capability. Look, we have to be practical.
When you daily drive a 6,000-pound supertruck, you're paying a heavy premium for wear items. Those incredible 2.5-inch Fox dampers, they are known to leak between 60,000 and 90,000 miles, and they'll cost you up to $2,500 a piece to replace. Those aggressive Falken tires will be bald by 40,000 miles, running you another $2,500 for a set. Even the power running board motors like to fail, hitting you for about $1,500 a side. This level of capability is never cheap to maintain.
Section 5. The Super Truck Competition. How it stacks up.
To be entirely fair to the Tundra, we need to zoom out and look at the rest of the high-dollar truck market. Yes, the TRD Pro has a massive engine recall hanging over its head, but check out the competition. The Ford Raptor is generally considered less reliable across the board. The Ram TRX had even worse catastrophic issues and was totally discontinued. And the Chevy Silverado ZR2 just isn't nearly as refined on the inside. You're kind of picking your poison in this segment. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, I just want a nice hybrid truck to daily drive and tow with, the Ford F-150 PowerBoost is a phenomenal alternative. It is far more practical, very work-focused, and it entirely spares you from paying that massive off-road tax for Fox shocks and oversized tires you might never actually use.
Section 6. The final verdict. Calculating the risk.
Let's pull all of this together. After running the numbers, our definitive explainer verdict for the 3rd-gen TRD Pro is a firm maybe. And here's why. The iForce Max hybrid powertrain is genuinely impressive, and the off-road capability is without question class-leading. But a 200,000 vehicle recall means this engine family has massive, unresolved long-term reliability questions. Add in those guaranteed high-dollar consumable costs, and it's a real gamble.
So if you're going to buy one, here is your playbook. Shopping used, the value sweet spot right now is a 2022 TRD Pro sitting between 48 and 58 grand. But the absolutely critical rule, verify the engine has either been fully replaced under the recall or that the build date is post-April 2024. If you're going new, your safest bet is a 2025 or 2026 model. You'll be spending 68 to 80 grand, but by that point, Toyota officially upgraded their factory wash systems and started using revised bearings.
Which leaves us with one final thought to ponder. The TRD Pro is undeniably an engineering marvel, but you really have to ask yourself, is 583 pound-feet of hybrid torque and world-class Fox suspension actually worth gambling on an engine family with such a historic mechanical recall? That's the calculation you'll have to make. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and we'll see you on the next one.